Have you ever noticed something weird about life? Sometimes we stay in situations that hurt us long after we know we should leave. We hold on to relationships that drain us. We stay in jobs that stress us. We keep habits that make us miserable. And when someone asks, "Why don't you just leave?" we don't even know what to say. Because here's the strange truth. Sometimes suffering becomes comfortable. Not nice, not pleasant, not healthy, just familiar. And the human brain loves familiar. Today, we're talking about a real psychological trap, the comfort zone of suffering, and why it's so hard to walk away from things that hurt us. Let's start with the painful one. Your brain treats familiar pain as safer than unknown happiness. Think about it. If you've been hurt, disappointed, or ignored for years, your brain gets used to that emotional environment. It becomes normal. So even when someone shows you real love, care, or kindness, your brain gets suspicious. You're like, "Why are you being so nice? What do you want? Is this a trap? Are you selling insurance?" Happiness feels risky. Pain feels predictable. The brain chooses safety over joy. Second reason, we bond with our struggles. If you've been through long-term stress, sadness, or chaos, it becomes part of your identity. You start thinking, "This is just who I am. I've always struggled. I'm used to this." You don't realize you've built a home in your hurt. It's like living in a messy room for so long that cleaning it feels uncomfortable. Pain becomes the familiar roommate you never kicked out. Another big reason, you don't trust good things because good things didn't last in the past. You know when life finally starts going well and your first thought is, "This is too good to be true," or "Something bad is going to happen." That comes from past experiences where happiness was temporary. So now your brain sees joy as a warning, not a reward. Happiness feels unstable. Pain feels steady. This is what keeps people stuck in toxic relationships, bad environments, and painful patterns. Let's talk about a relatable one. We confuse comfort with peace. Just because you're used to something doesn't mean it brings you peace. But when a situation is familiar, your brain files it under safe, even if it hurts you every day. It's like wearing old shoes that destroy your feet, but you refuse to buy new ones because, well, I'm used to the pain. Humans can adapt to anything, even misery. Here's a deeper reason. You fear the responsibility that comes with change. If you leave a toxic relationship, you have to face loneliness. If you quit a job you hate, you have to deal with uncertainty. If you heal your trauma, you have to open your heart again. Change requires effort. Growth requires discomfort. Healing requires honesty. Suffering requires nothing. You just stay. So guess which one feels easier? Another truth. Some people stay in pain because they secretly believe they deserve it. This is not conscious, it's emotional conditioning. Maybe someone made you feel unworthy. Maybe your achievements were never celebrated. Maybe you were always the one giving, never receiving. So you start thinking happiness is for other people, not you. You accept pain because you never learned how to accept love. Let's add a little humor here. Sometimes suffering becomes a routine. You know when you're used to chaos and then life gets peaceful and suddenly you get bored. You're sitting in your quiet room like, "Wow, this silence is making me uncomfortable. Should I overthink something? Start a fight? Text my toxic ex? What do people do when things are okay?" Chaos feels like home. Peace feels like a foreign country. Another psychological twist. The brain loves patterns, even unhealthy ones. If you grew up around stress, arguments, drama, or emotional distance, your brain imprints those patterns. So when you find a peaceful situation, it feels wrong. When someone treats you gently, it feels strange. When life is calm, it feels empty. You're not addicted to pain. Your brain is addicted to what it knows. But here's the real twist. You can outgrow the comfort zone of suffering. It's not easy, but it's possible. The first step is awareness. Simply recognizing that you're stuck in a familiar pain pattern is already powerful, because the moment you notice it, you're no longer controlled by it. Healing doesn't start when you feel strong. It starts when you feel tired of suffering, when your heart whispers, "I deserve more than this," and you listen. The comfort zone of suffering isn't a life sentence. It's just a place your mind got stuck in. You can step out, slowly, gently, patiently, into a life that doesn't hurt to live. A life where peace doesn't feel scary, where happiness doesn't feel suspicious, where love doesn't feel like a trick. You don't have to stay where your soul is dying just because your mind is comfortable. You deserve better, and deep down, you know it. If this video spoke to your heart, hit like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more psychology stories that feel like therapy, but in simple human language. And if someone popped into your mind while listening, maybe